student body wanted to march downtown. As we marched from FAMU across the railroad track, all those police officers, all those people were there.
A civil rights activist remembered today. Will take you to that service. And we remember an American legend with a golden voice, a final farewell to singer Whitney Houston.
And we've got a chilly night ahead here across the Southeast. We'll talk about it coming up.
And later on, we'll take you to an event where hundreds of seniors in our area are ready to mingle.
This is ABC 27 HD's News Weekend Edition.
Thank you, Pat, and thank you, Priscilla, for challenging this state with your bodies and with your souls, for bringing down the walls of segregation.
Her life's work began right here in the 1960s, fighting for change and fighting for equality. And today, her life's work is remembered as her legacy. Good evening, I'm Greg Angel. Thank you for joining us. Friends and family gathered today to pay tribute to civil rights leader Patricia Stephens Dew. She passed away earlier this month after a 2-year fight with cancer. In our top story tonight, ABC 27's Demetria Wright takes us to today's service.
Dew made an impact not only here locally, but really across the country. Her life's work a tribute to the legacy she leaves behind. It's a homegoing celebration fit for a Quincy woman who leaves behind a rich legacy.
Pat Dew and her family provided the leadership for change.
A memorial service held Sunday at Florida A&M University. Community leaders and residents honoring the life of civil rights activist Patricia Stephens Dew. She died February 7th after battling cancer for more than 2 years. Dew was 72 years old.
Patricia, you fought a strong and courageous fight, even to the end. I love you.
As a student at FAMU in the 1960s, Dew spearheaded the local fight for racial equality. In 1960, she, along with 7 other black students, were jailed after sitting at a whites-only lunch counter. The bold move sparked similar protests across the nation, eventually becoming a powerful tactic for the civil rights movement.
The concept was to provide opportunities for people without regard to race, color, creed, religion, sex. Pat Dew provided that kind of leadership.
Those who knew her say her legacy will forever live on. Now, Dew was most recently honored here in Tallahassee in May of last year. That's when Mayor John Marks proclaimed May 11th to be Patricia Stephens Dew Day. Demetria Wright, ABC 27 HD.
Troopers with the Florida Highway Patrol are still investigating 2 separate fatal accidents this weekend. The first one happened just after 5 p.m. Saturday here on Spring Hill Road in Wakulla County. That's where troopers say the driver of a Chevy pickup truck veered off the road and then flipped when they tried to get back onto the road. That driver has been identified as 37-year-old Brian Lee Cherry of Tallahassee. He died on scene. Meanwhile, troopers say a pedestrian was hit and killed Saturday around 7:30 p.m. here in Jefferson County. This accident happened on US 19th, just north of Monticello. Troopers say 46-year-old Jerry Lee Goodman of Monticello was walking in the middle of the road when he was hit by an approaching car. Both accidents remain under investigation. Greg, thank you. The clocks are ticking inside classrooms across the Sunshine State. In less than 2 weeks, kids will begin taking this year's Florida Comprehensive Assessment Test. And to prepare, ABC 27's Patty Santos shows us how one district is finding a creative approach to remind parents about the important role they play.
Claire? How many minutes do we have?
Gadsden Magnet Elementary teacher Lydia Brathwaite has high expectations for her 4th grade class.
The grammar has to be correct as far as the spelling. They're using mature vocabulary, and they're staying focused on the topic.
The Florida Department of Education has ranked this school among the top 10 elementaries in the state. And in less than 2 weeks, students will be expected to keep that ranking.
If we can have repeat performance, I think our history has been really good in writing.
Gadsden County School
He is the
Superintendent
word.
Reginald James is known for his no excuses approach to education.
I think, kids live up to the expectations that the parents set for them. And I tell the parents, on the day of the test, tell your kids, I know you're going to do well.
Gadsden County
His school
students are
district
among
is
the
using
best in
this
the area
radio
for
ad
writing,
to
and
tell
we want
parents
to continue
what
that
they can
tradition
do to
by
make sure their kids are ready.
Remind your student and the family to use proper English when they speak. And remember, no text language on the test. No
The radio
LOLs
spot
or
reminds
OMGs.
students this is no LOL matter.
Well, we discourage the use of slang. Of course, we tell them that doesn't work on the test. You can't use that text language.
Instead, parents should encourage kids to use what teachers call million-dollar words.
Instead of saying it was a really good show, it was an amazing show. That would be considered $1 million word.
Parents looking for help on how to help their kids can find it at their local library.
They can use FCAT Explorer here at the library on our computers. We also have test prep books here at the library.
We only have about a week and a half before the writing FCAT test. Is this too late?
Oh no, it's never too late. Learning is an ongoing process.
All right.
FCAT results for these kids reflect their entire community. In Quincy, Patty Santos, ABC 27 HD.
We want to give you an update on a story we told you about last night. We showed you this huge event, 1,700 Florida State students taking part in this 40-hour dance marathon to raise money for Children's Miracle Network and Shands Children's Hospital in Gainesville. Tonight, organizers tell us students raised just in this weekend $584,000 for the cause. Way to go. That is awesome. A national restaurant chain is hoping to make a grand slam soon when they open their latest restaurant right here in Tallahassee. Grand slam, by the way, was your clue. That's a signature dish for Denny's restaurant, which confirms that they are taking over the former Acapulco's restaurant building here on North Monroe Street at Scherer Road. The restaurant manager tells me that they hope to be open by the second or third week in March. They are hiring, he says. If you'd like to pick up an application, all you have to do is drop by the restaurant Mondays through Thursdays between the hours of 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. Close family of American icon Whitney Houston accompanying her on her final journey. Coming up on ABC 27 News Weekend, we'll take you to her native town where she's now been laid to rest. And later, age is no things for these folks. We'll show you how they're now adding a little bit of love into their life.